Did you know Arcane Season 2 is the only show in IMDb history where every episode is a 9 or higher star rating, with episode 6 having the highest score of 9.8 over 10. Your sacrifice wasn't in vain, Isha. Not even Breaking Bad, IMDb's highest rated show, have a perfect season like Arcane. What's your favorite episode from Arcane Season 2? Mine's episode 7 with Echo and E-Girl Jinx. Comment below.
Watch Arcane, watch Arcane, watch Arcane. Okay, bitch, I watched it. It's fucking sick. It's incredible. Thank you. Case closed.
Can someone help me understand how Mbessa won countless wars, won against Mel and Caitlyn, survived a bloodlusted Warwick, but got bodied by whatever this is? The only reason Mbessa lost was due to magic and her not having that medallion on anymore. The moment that shit got taken off her arm, that's legitimately the only reason she fucking lost. Mbessa, while she had that medallion on, was bodying, and I mean bodying, Mel and Kate put together. They made it their fucking priority to make sure they took that shit off her arm just so they could use that necklace from the Black Rose on Mbessa. Like, it's as clear as fucking day that if you're not Victor or a bloodlusted Warwick, you're not fucking with Mbessa. Like, the only way I can even see Mel beating Mbessa in a fight is if Mel had hella more time to learn how to use her arcane magic. Like, it's not a crazy thing to say that if you're not like Warwick or have arcane magic, you're not beating Mbessa in a one-on-one wholehearted fight.
Arcane, League of Legends, Fortnite, and Marvel fucking Rivals are all things that if this TikTok ban goes through, could technically be banned. And it's not bullshit. A lot of things that I've been seeing is, oh, it's so big, like it's big companies, why would they ban that? The realistic chances that they would probably ban it, if they had brain cells, they wouldn't fucking ban any of those things. But the big thing with this TikTok ban is, one, no one thought this app was going to get banned. Realistically. It's happened 3 times that, oh, it's going to get banned. And we all were like, no the fuck it's not. And now here we are. So obviously, this TikTok ban, if it goes through, the magnitude of it going through is like, they're literally going to start abusing power. Because if TikTok was this foreign company that wouldn't sell and they didn't like that, and they were simply could be like, we don't want it, you're banned out of the US. Don't you think if they find other companies like Tencent, which they physically deemed as a Chinese military company now, if they don't like the way they're doing things and they don't sell it to them, you don't think they're going to be like, oh, well, you're next, bud? It's just the principle, the simple principle that the government could really just take away things without, instead of worrying about other problems like, I don't know, LA's on fire, guys. LA's on fire. But you're worried about this app and me talking to the phone. That's utter bullshit. This entire ban is utter bullshit. If you like skits, funny videos, and crash out rants like these, I'm going to be posting more on Instagram Reels, and I'm going to be starting posting on YouTube at Mangekyu, and Instagram Reels is going to be the Kiana Lu. I'll put them in the caption, and they're also on my profile. I'm not cool enough to have a link tree. I'm not flashy like that. So follow your boy if you want more of this.
Arcane is officially over and it will never be coming back. But for those of you who didn't know, it has been confirmed by one of the creators of the show that Arcane will be getting multiple spin-offs and a movie in the future. Here's the clip of what he said.
Arcane is just the beginning of our larger storytelling journey and our partnership with the wonderful animation studio that is Fortiche. From the very beginning, since we started working on this project, we had a very specific ending in mind, which means the story of Arcane wraps up with this second season. But Arcane is just the first of many stories we want to tell in Runeterra. We're currently working on our next projects across television and film, and we're hopeful that we can share more by the end of the year.
All of this sounds like incredible news to me, and although it hurts to know that Arcane is officially over, it's nice to know that we will be getting another show and movie exactly like it and in the same universe, but just under another name and with a different set of League of Legends champions as the main characters. I really doubt that any of the characters we saw in Arcane will be the main focus of the next story they decide to create, but we could definitely see them make small cameos or have small roles in these projects. Now, the animation, the writing, and the stories will all be just as good, if not better, in these new projects, because it's the same studio working on them, and just as the creator said, Arcane is just the beginning and we will be getting many more projects very soon.
I cannot believe what I just watched. I caved in and watched Arcane for the very first time. I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was no way this lived up to the insane hype. Like, it's in the top 30 highest rated TV shows of all time, and I feel like a lot of animated shows have rating inflation where their fans automatically give it like a 10 out of 10 no matter what. But I'm glad to report that, yeah, I'm just an idiot and this was actually amazing. Like, starting with the end, how did you guys survive this cliffhanger for 3 years? I'm not exaggerating, I almost threw my remote through the TV when it cut to black right as Jinx was about to completely nuke the council right as they agreed to peace. Speaking of Jinx, she might just straight up be one of the best TV characters I've seen in a long time. Her dynamic and entire story with Vi was just so incredible. Every time they were on screen together, I just couldn't take my eyes away. It was so captivating. It's not like some of the other storylines, like stuff with Jace was bad. He has some really interesting moments in the show, but honestly, the stuff with Jinx and Vi was so good, I was like, let's just get back to them, honestly. The animation was also blowing me away. Those fight scenes are so impressive visually and so creative as well. It makes sense that this is like the most expensive animated show ever created. They'll still never convince me that League of Legends isn't one of the worst things that happened to this planet, but if it gave us this show, I'll forgive them a little bit. It's a strong 8.5 out of 10 for me.
So Riot Games has officially threatened a lawsuit with the United States of America because they declared Tencent, a Chinese-owned company who owns Riot Games, as a threat to national security, being a Chinese military company. Riot Games, the same company who owns your favorite TV show Arcane and the world's most popular esports game League of Legends, is now suddenly a threat to national security because of Tencent. The hypocrisy is this is the same exact thing that America has been criticizing China of doing for years. The Great Firewall of China, essentially restricting Chinese citizens' access to the internet based off of the Chinese government's opinions of what they are and how they might affect national security or national sentiment. The one major flaw in America's plan is Americans don't like being told what to do. So 50% of America, at bare minimum, is going to do the exact opposite of what you want them to do. And now you're starting to not only threaten TikTok, right? That might get banned, but you're also threatening League of Legends, you're threatening access to Arcane, you're threatening access to video games that have nothing to do with politics in general. Meaning you're going to have more American citizens who are kind of apolitical in this whole situation, or who naively thought that this ban was going to stop at TikTok, to become more invested in how the American government decides to fucking whip out its dick and say what is and isn't allowed in America. Frankly, this is a good thing that America is going full mask off and saying that we don't care what the fuck you think, we're going to ban whatever the fuck we want to ban, because more people will recognize and realize exactly what country we live in. I don't know why they didn't realize this sooner, but I digress. At least you're starting to see it now. I think the thing that's the most insane about this is the American military literally sponsors Marvel. They sponsor a host of other video games like Call of Duty. They sponsor a lot of various US propaganda that has infiltrated a lot of different avenues of media, ranging from movies to games to TV shows, etc. But they have the audacity to declare Riot Games as a military company through extension of Tencent, simply because that is their parent company and that is who owns them. The goalpost is always going to continue to be shifted.